What is up, team? Welcome to the first ever Red Storm Rapid Reaction live watch along. St. John's is in Providence. Starts in a couple minutes. Providence has won 8 in a row. We're on the direct opposite skid, 4 losses. Today, who knows? Who knows? Nobody's feeling confident. And how could you feel confident? Providence is without Jared Bynum, their point guard. He hurt his sternum, it looked like last game against Connecticut, that big win they had. So know him. That helps with our pressure if we do, in fact, apply any pressure. We do have Curbelo back, so that should help with some of that pressure. We're just going to have to learn as we go here. Cole, what's up, my man? Who knows, right? Exactly. Who does know? Who knows with this team? Anything with this team. Look at that ticker on the bottom right there. What is this? Look at this production. I must be paying boatloads. Okay. Here we go. Dave Sims, a regular. Vin Parisi. He's all right. He's all right, but I'm going to be getting my Bill Raftery on today, folks, so tune in. Feel free to leave some comments in the chat. Connor says keys to the game. Well, you can't get out tough against Providence, and that's very tough to do because Providence is one of the toughest teams in the Big East. But I'd say, team that controls the pace, whether it's the half-court flex by Providence or St. John's gets to get up and down a little bit. I don't like our chances in that regard. Ed Cooley does a hell of a job slowing the game down. Oh, look at that. AJ Storr gets to start today. The freshman gets to start. Can we see him be a little more active on the defensive end and be a little bit more impactful, hopefully from our coaching staff, utilizing him more than standing in the corner. Got to get him some open looks. What's up, Ryan? How are we, man? Thanks for tuning in. What are they rocking, the gold and black jerseys tonight, Providence? Or is he just wearing some swag on the bench? Abdomen, not the sternum. How many lucky shots did Jared Bynum hit last year? Ooh, good player, but he hit a bunch of shot clock ending, huge shots. Providence wins the tip. Here we go. We're getting started. Starters for St. John's: Posh, Storr, Wusu, Soriano, and Jones. Providence has it up top, gets to the Croswell. Over to Carter on the right wing, looking to post up Hopkins. Hopkins against Wusu in the post. You can't move Wusu in the post. I don't care how big you are, bro. Hopkins spins, tries to get by Wusu and loses the ball in the act, out of bounds. St. John's basketball. We're 11-5 this season. Yes, we are, Ryan. 11-5 on a 4-game losing streak. Get to Soriano on the post. Baby hook right-handed. Misses it long. Rebound, Providence. Providence pushes. Ooh, wide open man underneath. Reverse layup for Hopkins. Rims out. St. John's gets a board. Got lucky there. Didn't get back on defense. Posh, 3 from the left wing. Money. I think that's 3 straight games Posh has hit the first 3 he's taken. That's a good sign. Wusu with the pass ahead. Keep note of that. Keep note of that. Wusu, that's my passer. Storr, playing some defense. Contest a step back 3. Miss. Rebound St. John's. Ooh, no. Nah, looks like a little fumble on the rebound. Soriano and Jones both went after it. They juggled it, and when Jones finally got a hold of it, his foot was out of bounds, so Providence gets to keep the ball. Ryan says Posh will never miss the shot. Well, hopefully he gets going on a streak here, Ron. Hopefully, because if the early parts of the season are an indication, he will miss that shot. Providence looks to post up Croswell, drives right past Jones. Soriano contests at the rim. Tough shot and a tough make by Providence. 3-2, St. John's over Providence. Storr drives, looks to finish his left through contact, just rims off. Nice take there by Storr. Again, St. John's slow getting back on defense. Greer attacks all the way to the rim, finishes over Soriano for a 2-point basket. 4-3 Providence. Posh now on the wing, looks to feed Soriano on the post. Soriano's got to do a much better job going to grab that ball. He let Locke kind of beat him to the spot there. He had an angle, and Soriano let the guard sneak in. He could have caught it, finished it with a dunk. Instead, it's out of bounds. St. John's ball underneath the Providence basket. Posh inbounding. Gets it to Jones way up top, almost turns it over. Now Posh, open three in the corner. Buries that one, nothing but three. 2 threes early for Posh. Looked like he had something to say to Coach Ed Cooley afterwards, too. Between the ticker and the play-by-play, you deserve a raise, Cole. I do it for the fans. I do it for all 4 of us in here right now, Cole. Whoa! Posh just got hammered on a screen. Croswell's a big boy. Rebound, David Jones looks to push. Up ahead to Posh. Posh on the right wing. Don't force it. Don't force it. There you go. Find Soriano. Posh, just stared down Soriano on the post, had lost his dribble, couldn't go anywhere. And at that point, he looked to force the pass into Soriano. Gets stolen in the process. Not a good play there by Posh. Jones plays defense, gets driven by Carter. Pretty good. Oh, man. So Jones just got scored on, and then on the inbounds pass to Wusu, he completely threw it over his head. Just wasn't terrible defense, but he let the frustration kind of take away his concentration, and then compounds his defensive mistake or defensive lacks of whatever you want to call it. He got beat for a bucket and he turned it over. So can't do that. Cannot do that. Providence inbounding. There you go. Posh gets one back. Tip on the defensive play. Goes off Breed's ankle, out of bounds. St. John's basketball. Let me get this score up here for you guys. St. John's 6, Providence 6 early on here at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Actually, it's not the Dunkin' Donuts Center anymore, right? They changed it to something. Wusu on the wing, looking to get Soriano a good cross screen, looking the post. Jones up top, going high-low, drives right, pump fake, gets his shot blocked, out of bounds, St. John's ball. At least he's being aggressive trying to get to the rim there. Cole says you're a tech wizard. Cole, I am far from a tech wizard, but this system right here is letting me figure it out pretty easily. Jones long on a 3 attempt. Providence gets it, looks to push again. We're slow getting back on defense. Locke, pretty good look from 3, buries it. 9-3 Providence. 9-3 Providence, St. John's ball, 16:50 left in the first half. Posh gets a high ball screen from Soriano, drives right. Long on the layup attempt. Pretty good look at the rim there. Posh has got to finish. Providence looks to run. St. John's gets back this time. Squares up. Come on, need to stop here. Posh playing defense, top of the key. Wusu guarding Carter. Croswell looks to get it to Hopkins. Hopkins uses a screen. Now it's Storr guarding Hopkins up top. Again, have we seen Storr have a touch since he missed that nice little layup drive? I don't think so. Wusu. Ooh, man. You're going to call that a flop? You know how much Croswell weighs? You're going to call that a flop? I mean, I can see a no call, but you can't tell me that he just fell on himself there. So college basketball has that rule. If you flop, wow. You're going to call that a flop? Wusu gets no respect to the paint. I mean, the guy is just a tank. And I can see a no call, but to say he flopped, what do you think? He just fell over? You know how much Croswell weighs? That's a crazy call. That's a crazy call. And if that's a flop, we've seen plenty of those not called in the season go against us. I mean, that was crazy. That was crazy. I can't believe that. Wusu gets no respect in the paint. When he drives hard, he gets called for a million charges just because he's so much bigger than people. And on the defensive end, he touches a guy and he gets called for reaches ins or blocks. And then there's an example of a huge dude running him over and he takes a good one in the chest. Posh, nice drive and finish there to get us back on the board. 12-8, Providence. St. John's gets beat again back going down the other end of the court for an and one. I mean, how many times are you going to get beat going back on defense? Man, that is crazy. St. John's is getting beat back routinely early on in this game. I mean, I can't go back and see whose fault it was. On that time, it was Posh who scored the basket, so it wasn't Posh. Stanley and Soriano are both met him back at the rim. They were there a second late. But where's Wusu and where's Store, the two other guards on the court? Are they not getting back on a made basket? I'll have to go back and check that out. But there's at least 3 examples so far in the first 4-minute stretch where St. John's did not get back on defense and Providence has made them pay. Not a good effort defensively so far. I believe it's now 14-8. Providence going to the line when we come back from the under 16 timeout. So far, St. John's has not played good defense, has got a decent amount of good looks at the rim, haven't converted a few of them, down 6 early, and it's pretty easy to see how Providence is doing it, pushing the ball, getting easy looks. And if the other team's getting more easy looks in transition than St. John's is, that's not a recipe for how they want to play. That's the other team taking advantage of, exactly what you think should be your strength. And as we've seen so far, St. John's has not been playing to their strengths. Ryan says, we got to score some points. Ryan, I am with you, brother. I am with you. Cole, Pat, have you heard anything about Curbello's transgressions that led to not playing last game? Well, I haven't heard anything, Cole, but, the pictures on Instagram where, looks like he posted a picture from inside the press conference or he was in there, took a picture of the press conference. Either way, not a good look. It's worse if he was in there. It's, just a little less worse if he just posted another picture with the laughing emoji. I don't know. I don't speculate on what the deal is. Who knows, the original reason why he didn't play. Obviously, you got to do something to get suspended. So I was surprised he would, compound that with another looking to be foolish thing like posting that picture. But who knows? I'm not going to speculate. I'll leave it up to the insiders to get that information. I'm just a lowly broadcaster right now, Cole. Providence is 13-3. They're 28 in Ken Palm. They're 33 in net. So this would be a quad 1 win for St. John's if we're still keeping track of those. Leave your best bets in the chat. I know I took St. John's heartbreak insurance for the 5th straight game in a row. I'm on quite the streak. So that snowball is piling up. And if, Providence does in fact win today, I might be upset with my heart, but my bank account will be a little bit more enhanced. But you got to do that as a St. John's fan. Like I'm a lucky St. John's class here too. We're rocking all of it. Lucky St. John's ball, hat, and Providence were in fucking black and gold. Like they could care less. Who are they? Wiz Khalifa? Christ. Providence at the line, shooting 1 here, up the end 1, up, kind roll off the front of the rim, 15-8 Providence. Stanley subbed in for Jones, forgot to mention that. Other than that, it's still the other 4 starters still in the game. Providence deflects it out of bounds. St. John's will inbound right in front of the Providence bench. You better pour some rum in that pop. Pop, where are you from, Cole? Pop. I hear pop a lot. I would have some rum in it. Maybe we'll do that at halftime. That would be my choice. Wusu drives baseline, tries to give up a pass to Stanley, goes underneath his legs. Not a great decision there by Wusu. Not a great, catch attempt by Stanley either. Pinzone will be the first guard off the bench, it looks like. Checking into the scorers table. Providence has it now. Up top, Locke curls off the screen, Store guarding him. Good defense by Store, giving him no space. Stanley gets caught on the screen, closes out. Carter's driving now. Pump fakes in the baseline. Store, good closeout. Good defense. Get a hand up on the contest, though. Good defense there by Store. Soriano pushes it, gives it to Wusu. Wusu looks to drive. Stanley on the catch and finish. 1 dribble, finish. Nice take. Wusu did a good job there. It looked like he was maybe didn't have full control, but he let his big man catch up. Stanley continued to run the floor, caught it, 1 dribble, finish it. Nice finish by St. John's. It's 15-10 Providence. Providence has it now. Wusu and Soriano, we got lucky there. Good help defense by Stanley. Now he's got to hustle back for a closeout. Soriano off a rebound from a contested 3 from Providence. Here comes Wusu now. Wusu uses Soriano's screen up top. Gets caught, hooks up his dribble, back to Soriano. Store gets it now. He uses a Soriano screen, looks to drive left, gets a Providence player on him. Good little shot attempt with contact. I thought she bet the line. Soriano cleaned up his miss, then has a nice little baby hook in traffic in the paint. 15-12, Providence. Soriano's got to eat like that. Soriano's got to eat like that. St. John's has it now. Posh up top uses the Soriano screen, drives on Providence, finishes it with contact. Another 2-point shot for Posh. Posh has been aggressive and successful early on. That's got to be off. Providence chases it down, gets it right before it goes out of bounds off a nice little defensive play by Wusu. Providence saves it off of St. John's Store, who deflected the pass going back in bounds. Providence ball underneath, 15-14. Ryan says, Pat, what is your favorite St. John's memories of all time? Wow. Ryan, too few. Much too few. I've been to 11 St. John's games, Ryan, and I've only seen one win, and it took me to my 11th game. So I am on a one-game winning streak. We beat Providence, ironically, at the Garden. Kobe King in early for St. John's. Curbelo as well. King gets switched into a post-defensive spot here. Let's see how he does. Soriano comes for the help. Stanley rotates over for the closeout. Providence gets in the paint, drives hard. St. John's picks up a team rebound. Here comes King in the front court. Looks to push. King up top. Finds Soriano, top of the key. Go high-low. Look for Stanley. There you go. Finds Stanley, big to big. Stanley catches and finishes it. Way to see the mismatch, and most importantly, make sure you exploit it. Soriano made a nice pass to Stanley. Stanley had good position, went up and grabbed the ball. Didn't wait for it to come to him. Now Providence has the ball. Hopkins up top. Gets an isolation against Soriano. Looks to drive on him. One dribble pull up past the free throw line. Misses it. Kobe King with another rebound. Kobe King, 2 rebounds in a minute. There's another freshman who doesn't ever get 2 rebounds in a game, and you got to go get him. Soriano looks to face and turn and pull up. A 17-foot jumper there by Soriano. All of a sudden, St. John's has a lead here at Providence, 18-15. Way to punish. Michael Bevilacqua says, "Hey, Mr. Bevilacqua, you're right. You got to make him punish there. If they take bad shots on one end and we get a chance to exploit, you got to punish them." Ryan agrees. $12:39 left in the first half. Wait, see, I don't have the audio here, so there was another technical foul on St. John's some way. Don't know what happened. I'll have to have my fans here fill me in, but Providence at the line shooting a technical free throw. Soriano's getting pulled. Maybe he said something to the refs. Looks like Mike Anderson was trying to calm him down. 18-16, St. John's. Providence shooting another free throw here. Hits both of them, 18-17. St. John's over Providence right now. 12:39 left in the first half. You guys who are watching with the audio on, tell me what happened. What did Soriano do? 2 tech fouls, Ryan says. Oh, well, yeah, the flop, which was bullshit. Was this is equally bullshit, or did he deserve this one? I couldn't tell. Curbello's in, NY's in, Pinzone's in, King's in. We've got 5 subs in the game right now. Back to playing 10 guys, I guess. Let's see if it works this time. NY fights a rebound, gets it off a tough shot from Providence. Here comes King looking to push. Gets away with a carry, I thought. Pinzone now on the wing. Curbello gets it on the baseline. Stanley up top. Sets the ball screen for Curbello. Surveys, drives left. Right-handed finish on the left side. Rims out. No luck there. Providence looks to attack. Gets it up top. Carter finds, who's that? 14. I'm not sure who 14 is. He's not in my scorebook, 14. St. John's pushes Curbello now. Finds King left side. He'll take a 3. Rims out. Not a great look, not a terrible look, but can get that shot anytime, Kobe. I understand you don't give him any minutes. You're looking to make an impact, but we can get that shot. They're going to give that up 20 seconds later. NY up top now guarding Hopkins. Hopkins a little slow to start the game, but he drives right, gets in the paint, gets his own rebound, misses again. He's missed a few chippies now. 2 on one occasion there. Curbello pushing on the right side. Wow. Tries to make a one-handed bounce pass with a hell of a lot of English on it. Just not enough English, unfortunately, to bounce far out of bounds. Didn't even have a chance for Enway to receive it and finish it. Cole says, bad luck. Yeah, Cole. I agree. Post screen behind the basket. Ryan, you suggesting that? Is that what you're suggesting? I can see that. We saw it 2 times early. We saw the cross screen on the baseline. Soriano got a couple touches. I don't think he capitalized on either of those, but since then he has made that basket in the paint off an offensive rebound. Of course, we got to look to feed Soriano, but we can't just stand still once he catches it. Would have liked to see Storr hopefully get some more screen set for him. It's good to see him get a start. That could be good for his confidence, but let's get him involved. Let's have him set a few screens. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Leave something in the chat. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll see how this goes. It's hard to pay close attention without the volume on. I'll be honest. I missed the beautiful sound of Bill Raftery's voice tell me, what defense they're in. If anybody wants to come on the podcast at some point, maybe we'll wait till halftime or so, but get a guest calling. Maybe a second half of a close game, we'll eventually get a guest calling. Get some other perspectives. Maybe we'll have an argument or a debate. If there's 2 fans that really want to fight it out, maybe I'll come on, let them both come on, and I can arbitrate. But appreciate you guys tuning in. I knew Cole would be here. I knew Cole wouldn't let me sit up here by myself. Ryan, you too, boss. Let's take a look at Providence stats right now. We got a minute. Hopkins, 16 points, 9 rebounds. He's been a beast. A couple of huge games of late. The Kentucky transfer. No surprise that he's been killing it so far. He's their most talented player. Carter, another transfer, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 1.5 assists. He kind of just seems to make plays happen. He's not the conventional guard, in my opinion, but he just makes plays defensively on the boards. Smart basketball player, tough basketball player. And Croswell, 13.7 rebounds. Good improvement from him stat-wise this year. Another beast, another beast. He's not quite Nate Watson, but he's a load and somebody that, does exactly what Ed Cooley wants their big guys to do, which is set screens and be the toughest guy on the court. So he fits that bill. Couple highlights there. Posh getting to the rim, finishing with his right hand. 2 threes, 2 twos, 10 points early on for Posh. If you can remember last year, that heartbreaking loss against Providence at Carnesecca, where we kept coming back and looked like, just by fate alone, we were going to sneak away with a win there. Of course, the season it was and the season Providence had, we came up short, but Posh had something like 28 points, I think, career high, and maybe close to 10 assists. One of his better games as a St. John's player. Looks like he's about to check in after the next dead ball. Providence has it up top. They're running the weave. Hey, that's our play. You can't run the weave. Breen's got it, getting hounded by Curbelo. Now Pinzone guarding Carter, top of the key. Uses a screen. NY helps. Roll the basket. Nice defensive play by King off the help. Deflects it off to a Providence player. One swing over, and they get a decent look from 3. Goes in. 19-18 Providence. 10:45 left in the first half. Wusu on the right wing. Pass to Pinzone. Pinzone's got it. Rips. Drives left. Spins back to his left. Drives right. Spins left. Finishes with a nice scoop shot at the rim. That was a really nice move by Pinzone. Solid offensive take. That was the first time he's got a chance to be aggressive offensively so far. Now Curbelo guarding. Providence player slips. Curbelo comes up with it. He's on a break. It's going to be a tough contested layup. Gets it on the rim. Finishes it. Nice defensive play by Curbelo. Finishes a tough shot at the other end with Providence player chasing them down. 20-19 St. John's. Corey Flood, I believe that is, number 14 for Providence, who had a 3 earlier. Transfer from Connecticut. 2 interconference transfers in this game today. Get Croswell out of the paint. See, we just got a charge called for us on Curbelo, just took it. And I don't think, it's necessarily a terrible call. But if this is a charge, which, they call it as a charge all the time, then how the hell do you call a flop on Wusu's play? There was more contact on Wusu's play. I mean, and it's a technical foul. You got to be confident about that call. You can't just blatantly, just go ahead and call that for the sake of calling it. The kid got hammered by a 270-pound center. Posh gets to the top of the key, uses the screen from NY, looks to attack, drives right. NY rolls, kicks it back out to Wusu. Will take a three. Short. Wusu misses short on the three. Carter for Providence gets the rebound, looks to push right. He'll get them set now. Hopkins in the corner. Carter top of the key. Croswell looking to post against NY. NY doing a good job. Well, he was doing his best to keep him out of the paint, but unfortunately he utilized a leg kick and he gets called for the foul. 22-19 St. John's. 9:31 left in the first half. Pinzone gets lost on defense. Yes, he does, Cole. Yes, he does. He does have a knack for doing that. Speaking of getting lost on defense, St. John's just got burned for an easy basket underneath on an out-of-bounds play. Offensive foul is part of the game of basketball. It certainly is with the way the refs call it. I don't agree with the way the offensive foul call has kind of become, an overarching part of college basketball. I don't think you should just be able to guard a guy while he's your primary defender and then take one in the chest and fall over. Wusu gets a steal, looks to push to Corbello. Corbello driving, finishes off the backboard. I don't know if that was a pass attempt to Posh off the backboard or if Posh is just in the right spot. Looks like the way Corbello's acting, he missed that layup. Posh was thankfully there following it up. Rebound off the miss. Connor says, I disagree with the call on Wusu, but he could be more stout and hold his ground or stay on his feet. He doesn't need to try and draw the way he did. I agree, Connor, but you can't tell Wusu to be more stout. He's as stout as they come. And he takes that personally, and so do I. 26-21 St. John's. Providence calls a timeout. I will say, though, to your comment, Connor, that it's not his fault for trying to draw that because it's always called a charge, like we just saw then. So, while I agree with you, I wish he would just be more stout, stay there, put his hands up. They give that call to players all the time. So it's just ingrained in guys. So then someone's going to say, well, that's why they call it technical to change that. Well, that's not the spirit of the call. That wasn't a flop. That was just a no call. Draw foul, Ryan says. Playing on the road, Providence has one foul, 11 minutes in the game. It's not surprising there. It is surprising that a team couldn't commit 2 fouls in 11 minutes, Ryan, but it's not surprising that they haven't called them. St. John's only has 3, so it's not like we're getting a bad whistle by any sorts. Although, again, that technical call was bullshit on Wusu. Providence has it. They're running the weave again. We know how to guard this. Posh now guarding up top. Pinzone isolated against Locke, it looks like. Locke looks to find Hopkins in the paint against Wusu. Speaking of stout, come on, be stout. Providence gets a little scramble for a ball. In that moment, St. John's got lost. They finish the rebound with the putback. St. John's looks to attack. Pinzone, one dribble. Baseline picks it up. Finds Soriano. Pinzone again now looks to attack. Drives baseline. He's got it in his mind. He's going to shoot right there. You could just see it the whole time. Forces a pass up to Posh. Gets deflected. Goes in the backcourt. Posh gets it. 14 on the shot clock. Uses a Soriano screen up top. Nice bounce pass to Corbello. Corbello gets a shot blocked at the rim. That was a really nice bounce pass by Posh. Good cut by Corbello. Just a good defensive play by Hopkins to make up ground and get a block at the rim. Long rebound by Providence. Now finds Hopkins underneath. Good hand by Pinzone. Corbello gets called for a foul on the out-of-bounds line. Chasing down a rebound. Looks like he bumped Providence player out of bounds. 26-23, under 8 timeout. I get it. Just while you're different. Hey, just built different, Connor. Nah, I'm just playing with you. Those Prov jerseys, gross. I agree. It looks like Villanova had these same jerseys on the other day. The black and gold or white and gold and black, wherever they came from. The jerseys are great, but they're not bad. I think you might have meant the jerseys aren't great, but they're not bad. Yeah, I'm more of I like to stay within your the norm of what you usually wear. That's just my opinion. But my all-time favorite St. John's jerseys are the navy blue incorporated, checkered ones, Ron Artest style ones. And I know a lot of people who hate the blue when it comes to St. John's. As you can see by my layout here, I'm incorporating the blue. I'm a blue guy. Of course, we're all blue guys. We watch St. John's basketball all too much. Timeout at the under 8 timeout. St. John's up by 1, I believe, 26-25. Hard to keep track of that while I'm doing this. We'll update the score once I see it. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Don't worry, I will continue to do the. Don't worry, I'm sure you guys are worried. Don't worry, I'll continue to do the post-game recaps. Maybe eventually, once we build up some users on here, some followers, some watchers, we'll just wrap it all into one. I'll do like a call-in question and answer kind of deal after the games. But right now, with just the what is there? Does that say 36 or does that say 4 people? I can't tell. Felipe Lopez era ones. Is that the one with the New York City skyline on it? I got that one. It's hanging up somewhere down in the basement. It was good. It was good. Too little bit too McDonald'sy for me. It looked like I don't know, like they made it as a novelty not to wear in the game. What do you think of Mike Anderson? Right now, I think he's got a lot to prove as a St. John's coach. Here he is talking in a huddle, and without the audio on, I'm sure it sounds better than it does when the audio is on, and that's not a good look. So, Ryan, I think that kind of answers your question. I think St. John's can do a lot better. He does have a nice track record of success in his other 3 spots, so he does know a thing or two about coaching. I'm not trying to make it sound like he has no positives or pluses. I think there's a million different ways to coach, but hearing the all access stuff, the in the huddle stuff, and the lack of adjustments in all these games where we've had a lead and have played well, it's not a good sign. So, what do I think of them? I think there's better coaches to be had. And while coaching isn't the only thing that matters in a college basketball game, when you're playing from behind, from that perspective, you're always working out of a hole. And St. John's has enough holes to worry about. You don't want the coach to be another one of them. So, he's got a lot to prove between now and the end of the year. And if he doesn't get to the tournament, then 4 straight years with no tournament, I think you got a fair run, and it could be time to move on. 4 is a crowd. You're goddamn right, it's a crowd. I might have to start, checking IDs, limiting this admittance. (26-23) St. John's, 7:38 left. Providence up top. Piers got it. Piers, a New York City kid out of Lehigh. Breen misses 3. Hey! AJ Storr, big rebound right there. Goes up, gets to the top of its peak. Now let's see if he gets a look on offense. Get yourself a touch with a rebound, feel the basketball, now be active. Soriano, post touch. He's got Storr in his corner. Posh, that's just a tough shot. We saw that twice against Marquette. It worked for 2 baskets. Posh running off Soriano, and then Soriano give him a loop alley-oop pass. It worked twice against Providence. We just saw it for a 3rd attempt. That time, Posh wasn't able to finish. It's just a tough shot for a 6-foot guard to catch, finish all in one motion like that. Not a terrible pass by Soriano, but still not one I think is too oftentimes going to finish in a basket. 26-23, St. John's. Croswell's at the line shooting 2. Croswell's first shot, long. This guy can't shoot free throws. Keep him at the line. That's luck. Croswell is shooting 68% from the line. 69% really, so. Hey. Second one up and in. 26-24 St. John's. 7 minutes left in the first half. Providence showing a little bit of pressure right now. Beats the pressure. Pasha has the top of the key. Looks like a 1-2-2 zone for Providence. Good bounce pass by Wasu, finds Jones in the paint. Wasu's got it now. Looks to drive. Finds Jones top of the key. He pumps. Drives. Finds Store right wing. I thought Store had a step back. Now I'll take it. Bangs it. One dribble step back. Store first perimeter shot of the game. Hits a three. Be aggressive there, kid. Come on now. Catch. Look to drive. Look to finish. You got the shot. You go ahead and take it. Providence up top. Store fights around the screen. Forces the ball left. St. John's recovers. Dang. Thought that was a good opportunity. St. John's could have had a 3-on-1 break right there if they reversed the basketball. Providence gets it out of bounds. They'll take it out of it off the sideline. 29-24, St. John's. Right now we've got Posh, Wusu, Store, NY, and Jones. So all starters for the exception of NY and for Soriano. Jones defense on the perimeter. Store now up top guarding Carter, top of the key. Carter drives right. Or no, that's not Carter. That's Breed. They kind of look alike. Breed gets a foul. Draws the foul. I'll go to the line for two. Oh boy, the dreaded zone defense where we pass around the clock, look lost for entire shot clock. Yeah, that's been a look for sure, Cole. But there's check number one for Ed Cooley's adjustments. St. John's got up by 5 points there. Let's see where we look going into the half. The adjustment period has been the tough part for St. John's. They've been getting out adjusted so far in Big East play. Let's see if tonight will be different. Breed at the line now, second free throw after hitting the first. Makes that one 29-26, St. John's. Again, a little extended 1-2-2, three-quarter court pressure by Providence. St. John's beats it. NY finds Wusu in the corner, wraparound pass to Store in the corner. Store now will drive corner, drive baseline, finds Wusu, opposite corner for three. Wusu buries it. Nice drive, kick, attack by Store. All right, if that was someone else making the pass, I would have gave them tons of credit. That's the first time we've seen Store drive and use his gravity to set someone else up, at least in a while, and that's awesome to see. That'll open up things for him as a scorer. Now let's see you defend, kid. That's a moving screen. Oh, battle for the rebound. Who was that off of? St. John's ball. All right, three guys are battling it. Looked like St. John's might have got away with an over-the-back foul underneath, but I'm not here to complain about calls not going our way or that are going our way. St. John's basketball underneath. Ed Cooley. Easy Ed Cooley. Here comes Posh. Gives it to Jones. Elbow extended, drives left, one dribble, and I'll go to the line. Gets foul going up. He's been aggressive early. He hasn't finished, hasn't really got yielded any results going to the basket for Jones, but he hasn't settled for perimeter jump shots. In that case, he got one dribble in the paint, got the matchup he wanted against a smaller Breed, uses his physicality. Now he's at the line for two free throws. He's got to be a guy who gets to the free throw line. With his physical capabilities and the touch he's got at the line, he should be living there. First one rims out. 32-26 St. John's. 5:15 left in the first half. You're making Jones tuck his shirt in. Ice tactic by the ref here. Second one up and in. 33-26 St. John's. 5:15 left in the first half. Store rebounding, defending, hitting a three, making an assist. Yep, contributions across the board so far for Store. Love to see it. Love to see it. We got to continue to get him looks. Croswell was looking to exploit his size advantage in the paint, travels before his basket goes in, wipe it off the board. 5 minutes left on the dot, 33-26, St. John's basketball. We're hoping to be in the March Madness and the NCAA Final Four. Always hoping, Ryan. Please, before I die. Jones, again, utilizing his size advantage, backs Pierre down for 1 and 2 dribbles in the side of the paint. Little turnaround short jumper for 2. 35-26, St. John's, a 9-point lead. We've seen this before, have we not? Providence attacks. Ooh, looked like you got to travel there. That was good defense by Storr. I hate that. I hate that. That guy gets a lucky shot attempt, contested shot. Like, did everyone just see that shot by Pinzone? Did we just see that? We were up 9. Storr, way to get back and make a defensive play. Saved an easy basket for Providence. But we were up 9 points, and Pinzone just had to take a shot because it was his turn, right? That's bad basketball. I mean, you got to be Steph Curry to take that shot. You got to be a lights out 3-point shooter in rhythm, feeling confident to take that shot. You got a 9-point lead, and you take a bullshit shot like that, bail them out. They get an easy look down the other end, and another player has to bail you out by making a foul off the rim. It's just not winning basketball, and you could just see how eager he was to get a shot up. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. No one on St. John should take that shot. Storr shouldn't take that shot, and Storr's been a lights out 3-point shooter who's been dying to get good looks. Pinzone just not a good look. Pinzone, I roll, yes. Timeout under. I missed the clock again. Under 4 timeout. Kobe King is the king, Ryan says. I thought Kobe King played pretty well. 2 rebounds in a short time, was aggressive. He did miss the 3 he took, but he's a young player who hasn't got many opportunities to shoot the basketball. I wouldn't expect him to come in hot. So I would like to see him be aggressive as he was. Thought it was a good sign. Rob Lowe doing an Atkins commercial. Is Rob Lowe like 65 years old? He looks like he's 28. $35-28 St. John's. I'm sorry, not the under 4 timeout. 35-28, 4:21 left in the first half. St. John's leads Providence on the road. Still cannot believe that shot by Pinzone. Really, really frustrating looking shot attempt. 35-28 St. John's. There you go, updated. Anybody got good bets today? Who's got the locks? All right, I could use a lock. Wonder what the score is in the UConn game. I got money on UConn, unfortunately. UConn's up 5 against Creighton, 6:21 left in the first half. That was such a travel by Pierre before Storr got back and challenged at the rim. That was such a travel. Are they looking at this to see if it's a flagrant foul? I mean, come on. Are we about to send Providence to the line for their 5th, non-actual free throw shot? We had the bullshit technical on Wusu. We had the who knows technical on Soriano. I couldn't hear it. And did they just go to the monitor to check, and then they end up calling this a flagrant foul? I can't hear it. Somebody help me out. Yep. Jesus Christ. I mean, unreal. Croswell misses the first. Cole says, why does it feel like Groundhog's Day? Shout out Eddie Murray. Or Bill Murray. Who's Eddie Murray? Is that his brother? Bill Murray. We get a big first half lead. Opposing team immediately starts chipping away. We can't buy a bucket, go into the half close, then get crushed in second half. Well, I definitely have seen that story before, Cole. And we are set up where if It does, in fact, take place. This would be the exact same situation we have seen so far. Providence can't get the ball in bounds. 5-second call going St. John's way. Good energy there by Kobe King. The guy's making an impact. St. John's basketball going down now. 35-29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd say that was a long 5 seconds there. Are they complaining? Wusu now up top, finds Pinzone. One dribble pull up from the corner. Again, not a great look by Pinzone. NY recovers, gets his own rebound. Oh, man, how does that not go in? NY offensive rebound goes up, gets fouled. His shot rims out. He'll go to the line for two. 4:01 left in the first half. St. John's at the line, shooting 2 free throws. That was a good hustle play by Jones, keeping that rebound alive. I just don't know how that doesn't drop. That's crazy. That is crazy. 35-29, NY at the line. NY makes the first. 36-29. St. John's up at Providence. 4:01 left in the first half. NY missed the second. Rebound by Carter. Posh out front guarding him. Pass up the wing. Now Croswell in the post. Looks like he got away with the travel. He gets it out. Pierre, they call it a late call. I mean, I didn't hear when they blew the whistle, but he definitely did travel. Going the other way. 36-29 St. John's. All right. How are you going to close this half, St. John's? How are you going to close this half? You're up 7 points with the basketball. This can't be a 2 3-point lead going at half right now. You got to, at the worst, keep it above 5. Let's extend it to double digits. You have a chance to have control of this game. You need to take advantage. Posh up top. Again, 1-2-2 here by Providence. St. John's has still got looks against it. Good cut by NY. His first dribble just off a Providence player and ends up in their hands. Good cut. I didn't think it was a bad pass. But then again, you're giving it to NY there in traffic. So you got that to consider. Lou's 98th birthday was yesterday. He was the GOAT and old. All that true. Absolutely. Thank God for Lou Carnesecca. Posh just boxed out Ed Croswell and said, I'm the best rebounding point guard in the country. Get off of me, you slob. Posh now, Jones on the wing, pumps, drives, left, 2 dribble pull up, leaves his feet, turns it over. Tried to pass to NY, off the pass, off after he left his feet. Providence scores on the break. Pierre, the New York City kid, scores on a 1-on-2 finish. On the other side of the rim, neither Posh or Wusu could slow him down. Here's the 5-point lead. 5-point lead. Okay, did we call a timeout? We called the timeout. Okay. So there's one positive. Mike Anderson did not wait for Providence to cut the lead under 5 points to use his first timeout of the first half. He called it. All right. They're down. They still have a 5-point lead in the basketball. He called a timeout. That's a positive. That's a small positive. Right? I hate to have to give coaches credit for calling timeouts at the right time, or utilizing your usually lose a timeout, but it hasn't been a given so far for St. John's. So it's good to see. Not good to see we needed to use it. It's good to see that we used it when we had to use it. Ooh, during a 4-game losing streak, that visual is ugly. St. John's giving up 86 points in a 4-game losing streak. Gave up 88 points to Seton Hall. Seton Hall can't score the basketball. It could that day. It really could that day. 36-31, 2:34 left. St. John's just called their first time out of the first half. They'll inbound it just over half court. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Let's see what kind of look they kick coming out of timeout. This is the stuff you got to pay attention to right here. All right, Providence. See if they stay zone or if they go man out of timeout. St. John's got to work to get open. Got to work to get open. Wow. Wowzers. All right, we get it in. Carbelo's got it now. Wusu up top against man look. They did switch to a man defense out of the timeout. See if St. John's can adjust. Posh now up top. Takes a contested look from 3. Well guarded. Bad shot. That's out of a timeout. Providence now looks to push off the miss. Good open look from a three, buries it. Posh gambled, didn't come away with the steal. Providence hits it. So out of a timeout, we get a bad look from three. Bad defense. Providence gets a three. 2-point game. Wusu drives, Euro step, misses the layup. They call a foul on that. They call a foul on Wusu when the other guy's laying on the ground. He goes to get a jump ball. Terrible shot by St. John's leads to a 3-point look from Providence. They make it. A missed layup by St. John's. Then a foul off the rebound. Wusu, again, I'll say it gets no respect in those situations. Providence ball down two. No, Providence at the line down two. So not only was it 9-3, the foul discrepancy. Unreal. Can we see a replay on that, please? Where was the foul? Where was the foul? Unreal. And here we go, Cole says. Yes, Cole. What'd you say, Groundhog's Day? Yep. Croswell hits the first free throw, 36-35. Hold on, folks. Croswell missed the second. St. John's now holding on to a 1-point lead. Posh up top. Here comes NY. He comes, sets a screen, top of the key. Posh drives, finds Curbelo on the wing. Guarded well. Skips it to David Jones. David Jones fumbles the pass. Gets a screen by NY. Step back, contested three. Rims out. Not a great look. 2 contested threes in a row. You're up 3 points. You call a timeout. The 2 next shots you take are contested threes off the dribble. Here comes Croswell in the post and 1 finish. Yep, got the shot they wanted. So there goes your lead. 37-36. Was anybody listening when I said, mark this down? You're up 7 points. You got to go into the half. It's under 3 minutes. And now they've already lost the lead. So we've seen this before. Bad shot attempts out of timeouts. Providence knows they can get the shots they wanted. I will disagree. I mean, if that's a foul, how have we not shot some more free throws this first half? I mean, that's crazy. But, hey, you're on the road in Big East play. You're not going to get the friendly whistle. 9 points for Croswell, 3 for 3 field goals. At the line for the and 1 free throw. Misses it. 37-36 Providence. Posh brings it up against pressure. No contact there. Nothing. Yeah. Just 3 fouls for Providence, right? Wusu now top of the key. Curbelo, they're running the weave. We're running the weave now. Curbelo's got the top of the key. Asking for a screen from Stanley. Stanley sets it. Finds Stanley on the roll. Nice pass. Nice finish. Good little pocket pass, bounce pass. The simple pass from Curbelo. Finds Stanley off the slip, off the ball screen, and he finishes with a little baby jumper inside the paint. Stanley's had some good moments so far this first half. Curbelo now guard on the top of the key, 38-37 St. John's, 46 seconds left in the first half. St. John's should be able to get the Curbelo just gives up a wide open lane. Pierre makes him pay. What kind of defense is that? Ole defense is exactly what we saw there. 32 seconds left. St. John's has the ball. Should be able to take just about the last shot here if they're smart. There's about a 5-second discrepancy. Would be hard for Providence to rebound and push if you're smart and take a good shot here. Let's see what happens. Not confident we'll get a good one. Curbelo finds Stanley on a nice pick and roll pass. Great pass, great finish. So that's what you get, Pat, for not being confident. 2 times in a row, Curbelo finds Stanley off pick and rolls. That time, we saw that pass earlier where he tried to do the English, spin it in. That's the one he tried. That's the one this time that works. Stanley does a great job rolling, putting his hand out for the ball, finishing, going up strong. Again, just not much contact. We'll take the free throw, though. Stanley at the lineup, 1 short. Providence gets a rebound, 10 seconds left. St. John's 40-39. Get a stop. Get a stop, don't foul, 30 feet from the basket. Carter drives, gets a good look, can't finish. Wusu skies in for the rebound, 1 second left, throws up a 70-footer. Oh, just misses it. Okay, 40-39 at the half. St. John's up by 1 against Providence. I don't have any halftime game for you guys, so I don't know. I'll try to keep you entertained, but feel free to join the chat if you want to come on and talk anything. We can do that too. Let me know. I'll send you the link. But so far, I appreciate you guys who are tuning in. Thank you guys for following along. We got a 40-39 lead at half. I'm not going anywhere. St. John's 40, Providence 39. Save it. Cool, cool, cool. Let's take a look at the box score. Stanley, 8 points in the first half. Second on our team. Posh had that quick 10 points, finished that half with 12 points. A good first half by Posh. Foul trouble. Soriano, Store have 2 each. NY has 3. Store was aggressive, did look a little bit better defensively. Got beat a few times, but wasn't hesitant to, be physical and attack at the rim. I thought that technical foul or flagrant foul, whatever you called it, was a bullshit call. But I want to see him get more shot attempts. It was 1 for 1 from 3. Had a couple other good drive attempts. Just barely missed them. He's got to stay aggressive. Dude, you didn't get Red Panda to perform at halftime for us? Cole, Red Panda, you're gonna have to fill me in. Who is Red Panda? I could try to get some guests to come from time to time. Maybe some musical artists, maybe even just some artists. I'd like to see some sand art. You guys ever do that on YouTube? You can kill an hour quick. Let me tell you. Look up sand art. Europe's Got Talent, circa 2017. Maybe it's way back then. Maybe it's even 2010, 11. But some of the most amazing stuff I've ever seen. The lady on the unicycle who throws bowls on her head. That'd be impressive. I don't know if I've got the insurance to cover that. Could be an issue. Oh, Connor is going to join us. Quick, Connor, I'm about to bring you on here. Let's keep the profanities to a minimum. All right. We got kids watching this. Yes, right now we're joined by Connor. Connor, what do you got for us, boss?
Hey, Pat. Thanks for letting me on the show. Long-time listener, first-time caller. How you doing?
Wow. Well, Con, that's great to hear. I'm glad you could join us. I'm feeling all right. St. John's up by 1. Felt like we could be down by 6 the way we closed that half. So I think if you asked me going into the game, I'd take a 1-point lead. What do you think?
Well, they look good at times. They didn't look great at times, and to be up by 1, I think that's a testament to how well they did play at times. So I'm curious, your thoughts coming in 4-game losing streak. Providence came in hot. I know you got a lot of history with your past basketball experience. So what are you telling your guys at halftime here to come out to start well and finish the game strong? All right, I'll hang up and listen.
Oh, we got to hang up and listen. Con, thank you for joining. I do appreciate that. I hope you stick around. I think the transition defense was the worst part of the early stages of the half. Let Providence hang around off some, makes of our own. We saw that against Marquette. We got to get back on defense. And then once we addressed that, it looked like our shot attempt came back, reared its ugly head. We saw that in previous games this year. Not getting good looks, settling for jumpers, contested threes with guys on our face. And that led to some breakdowns defensively. So we squared one issue away. That's getting back on defense. Now we got to focus on getting good looks on offense, which will help us be more stout. That's Connor's word of the day. Stout defensively. I do think I saw some good things from Posh. Obviously, he was aggressive early. The 2 threes he took were open and in rhythm. He's got to be willing to take those shots. We'll live with the results if they're good shots, not forced shots, not rushed shots. You got to keep the defense honest. He's been shooting much better as of late. I'm not sure if you can point to playing without Corbello more as the sole reason why he's making those threes. But hey, he's played well of late, and we have seen less of them together. So maybe they're connected. I'm not sure. Looking at these team stats they're showing now, St. John's hit 4 threes in the first half, 4 for 10. Providence was 3 for 10. 2 for 5 from the line for St. John's, 8 for 13 from the line for Providence. Providence had 5 free throw attempts alone on technicals and flagrants. That's enough of our matches our whole total. So you give the home team 4 outs, as you would say if this is a baseball game, you're going to give up some runs. 40-39. There's a scary looking Friar cheering him on. There's got to be kids in the arena right now. Pretty petrified, I would say. Dude, I'll hop on if you want to chat this team. What do we do about moving on from MMA? Yeah, come on, Cole. You wanna hop on? Cole, do you follow me on Twitter? Do me a favor, Cole. DM me right now on Twitter, and then I'll DM you back the link to join on. 40-39 at half. St. John's up by 1. Posh 12 points. Stanley 8 points. Negative on the Twitter. All right, let me figure this out, Cole. Ah, there we go, Cole. I see what you're doing. We're gonna make this work. Cole, once you accept me back on the gram, this guy found me. I guess I'm a public figure at this point, right? I say that in jest, believe me. Ryan says, hopefully we can get Johnny's back in shape. Back in shape physically, mentally, emotionally. Which one is it, Ryan? Because I'm struggling from all three, I could tell you. All three of them. All right, Cole, here we go. Check your DMs, Cole. Check your DMs, kid. It'll take you to this page. You're just going to have to allow access to your camera and then hit enter, put whatever name you want on there, and then we'll shoot the shit. 40-39, St. John's leads. Let's see who's leading. Providence early on. Croswell, 9 points, 3 for 3 from the field. He's also got 4 rebounds. Soriano's got 4 points, 5 rebounds, but he does have those 2 fouls early, which made it difficult for him to stay on the floor. Turnover numbers, 8 turnovers by Providence, so we were able to turn him over. Unfortunately, we also had 7 turnovers. Cole, I'm going to add you in 1 second. Get ready, my man. Bam. Cole, what's up, dude?
Always ready, man. You are a tech wizard with this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, I watched this thing, Knicks Film School. I'm a big Knicks fan, and this guy does essentially the same stuff. He's just a couple years ahead of me in terms of it, and I completely copied everything he's doing. So, call me a plagiarizer if you want, but I went with it.
We got, 5 people in the chat today. We'll get it up to like 500 by the end of the season.
Well, let's hope. I'm pushing it up. I mean, if all the subscribers join in due time, we'll at least get close to 50. I think 10 of those 59 subscribers are close friends and family. So the other 49 got to do their part.
What did you think of Store's minutes in the first half? I mean, I'd like to see him get the ball more offensively.
That's it.
Him get on the boards, because I know that's been one of your gripes about him so far.
Yeah, and I don't want to call it grapes because who knows what the coach is telling him to do. Maybe there are times when coaches tell guys not to, attack the glass, to either get back on defense or look to leak out. I don't know the situation there. You'd think by happenstance he'd fumble across a few more rebounds, even if that were the case. You saw King get 2 rebounds in just a minute's worth of play today. But he has been more aggressive tonight defensively, being physical, going at the rim, looking for rebounds, looking to protect the rim. The 1-3 was a good look. It looked like he could have took it even before that step back 3, but went in nonetheless. Mm-hmm. Other than that, he's got the ball maybe 2-3 times, and he was aggressive attacking on those occasions where he did get it. I don't know, Cole. What do you think? I think we're not utilizing nearly enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. You go back to when we first landed him. I think I remember like Braziller having an article where they called him like not a good 3-point shooter, and it seems like that's been his forte since he stepped on campus. Which, I love him, especially like out of the corner 3. Seems to knock that down whenever he gets an open look. I think he's a huge piece for the future, assuming like, what I wanted to talk to you and ask about next, the elephant in the room, like Mike Anderson is still here after this year. I mean, I know following the hashtag on Twitter, they're starting to bang the drum, the vocal minority, about getting him out, which might be becoming the vocal majority pretty soon. But what do you think about I guess you already talked about it when somebody asked the question earlier, where we could go from here, like whether or not he should be back for another year?
Well, I think if we don't make the tournament, and by all signs that right now is we're not going to be a tournament team, you're well within your right to let go of your coach 4 years in. Would I be one pushing that envelope saying definitely fire him if we don't make it? Yeah, I would be ready to move on. If by some chance we snuck in, we're like in a play-in game or just on the right side of the bubble at the end of the year, I think you still got to consider where you're at the season. I don't think he's as bad as a coach as he's shown these 4 games, although the all access look was embarrassing to watch. And I speaking novicely from just being in a bunch of basketball huddles, you see better than that on a lot of different levels. I mean, that, no exaggeration, that was hard to watch, hard to listen to, and it looked like the players felt the same way. Even just the small things in the huddle, like Xavier Huddle, other assistant coaches were bringing over signs and they were incorporated, and each player had a say, and they all seemed connected, and there was just no cohesion. And that is the coach right there. On the court, you could say guys have to make plays. In the huddle, in the locker room, the coach doesn't have you there, he's not coaching. So I would not be upset if St. John's went a different direction. I'm not one saying fire him today. I don't think that's a great look to fire a coach who just a couple years ago you extended to fire him mid-season. I think it had to be a lot more dire of a situation. But yeah, I think it's looking more and more like St. John's has to go in a different direction at season's end.
And I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think this university has proven time and time again, like, what a cheapskate university is. They did just extend him, I think, through 26, 27, which would give him 3 more years. God knows what the buyout looks like on that. So, I can't speak to that, but I do want to go for the younger folks following like a little bit of a history lesson. Like, same type of thing started happening with Steve Lavin around his second last year. The grass is not necessarily always greener on the other side. I think when Lavin was canned, we didn't even have an athletic director. The president of the university was basically making the call. We go to Chris Mullen, who had no coaching experience, and I don't think anybody would say that hire after Lavin kept us trending in the upward trajectory that we were. No. I mean,
just like you said with the game, the Groundhog's Day for St. John's game, it's Groundhog's Day coaching hire situation. I mean, like you said, it's the same wash, rinse, repeat deal. And the scary thing is, if you look at a lot of the names that will be thrown around in the St. John's search, aside from the top tier casinos, the B list, and I don't mean B list negatively, just that next level. Compare the resumes to Mike Anderson's coming into St. John's, they're going to be less or equal to it. The guy didn't have a bad resume. He had a track record of success. He did things at Arkansas better than the previous 3 coaches. They were in a rut. Obviously, what Musselman has done since then kind of makes people are pointing to that as like a detriment on Anderson. It's not a great look. Obviously, a guy is doing better than he was, but Arkansas wasn't in a good spot when he took over. He made the tournament 3 years and 8 years. He had winning records in conference 5 years. They hadn't had one of those 10 years prior. So it's not like he's a terrible coach. Not like St. John's made a terrible hire. It hasn't had much success. I think you got to be wary. Pointing at these young guys and thinking they'll be able to turn it around. And then if they can't turn it around quickly, you're going to have more patience for a young guy. Who knows? But Cole, this is good stuff. I appreciate
Thanks so much, man, dude. I appreciate you having me on. Keep up the awesome work. Like I said, I've been with you since day one, and this is just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And it's been exciting to be along for the ride, and looking forward to all the things you're going to be doing.
I appreciate it, and I will keep going, and I appreciate all the comments. You tuning in, keep it up. Every time you want to hop on here, just let me know. You got a first class ticket, all right?
All right, brother. Take care.
Thanks, Cole. Go Johnnies. That was Cole. Fan since day one right there. The guy has been with me all along, showing his support, bringing his comments, bringing his analysis. Some good stuff there. Anyone else wants to pop on, just let me know. We'll figure out a way to get you the link, and you can get on from there. (40-39). St. John's up by 1. Another halftime lead. Another pretty solid definitely a pretty solid first 10 minutes. A little shaky end of the first half, but nonetheless, you had the lead going into halftime. Let's see what type of adjustments St. John's makes. Let's see if Providence stays in that 1-2-2 or they go back to man. I think the real key will be how we defend in the second half. Woo woo. Ryan says woo woo. That's right. I thought it was a woo woo for Wushu. Cold negative on the Twitter. What is it? Just you don't want to get in there in the mud with all those. What would you call them? The vocal minorities. Not minorities. Vocal majority. Vocal minority. Here we go. Bryce Hopkins. 0 points today. 0 for 5 from the field. 0 for 0 from the line. He hasn't been the one to beat St. John's, but let's see if they look to get him going early on. Noah Locke, 9 points off the bench. Forgot to mention him. It's their bench guys that have hurt us early. Ryan, you'd like to hop on? All right, Ryan, we'll get you at one of the timeout breaks, all right? You follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM, Ryan, and I'll send you the link. St. John's slow to get out of the huddle here. Maybe Coach Anderson is drawing something up. Maybe they're listening to him. Who knows? Mike Anderson shouting out orders. St. John's goes on the court. Soriano back on. Looks like same starters as the first half. Let's see if we can get AJ a couple looks early on here. Not have him just fade away in the corner. All right, get him aggressive. St. John's ball to start the half. Posh gets it across half court. Breed guarding him top of the key. Wushu now looks to feed Soriano on the post. Cross-court pass gets deflected and stolen by Providence. Dunk for Carter. Terrible pass by Wushu. Good read by Carter. 2 points, 41-40. Providence with an early lead. Well, that is not the way you want to start that half. Storr gets a good look from 3. Short, misses it. Posh chases down an offensive rebound. Finds Jones. Finds Storr again, who looks to drive. Finds Posh in the corner. Driving kick. Posh from 3. Rims out. Good driving kick by Storr. Posh misses that 3. Providence ball looks to attack. Here comes Hopkins. Spin, dribble, finishes on the other side of the rim. 4-0 run by Providence to start. 43-40. Where have we seen this before, St. John's fans? Wushu up top. Weaves it. Gives it to Posh. Posh finds Soriano. Posh cut. Soriano 18-foot jumper. Buries it. Not a great look, I didn't think, but Soriano, nothing but net, top of the key. 43-42, St. John's. Cole with the facetious, sardonic, good start, boys, yes. Here goes Hopkins in the post against Posh. St. John sends 3 at him, now 2. This is going to end up a wide open look for Providence. Yep, Breed up top, misses the 3. Posh tips it to Wushu, team rebound. Posh up the court to Jones. Jones just took a pull-up 3, contested 3. Not a great look. So we've seen bad transition defense. We've seen a turnover. We've seen a bad look. And then we see a 3 by Providence. That was in Storr's face. It wasn't a great look by Providence, so I'm not saying it's terrible defense, but we could have done a better job of contesting that shot. Timeout by St. John's. 46-42, Providence. Let me change the score quick. Then, Ryan, I'll get to you on Twitter. 1 second. 46-42 Providence, 7-2 run to start the half. And it looks like it's a book we've already read. Am I right? Am I right? Does anybody feel differently? Anybody feel confident we're going to turn this around at this point? All right, pay close attention. St. John's ball coming out of its timeout. See what kind of look we get. See what kind of look Coach draws up here. The last timeout in the first half, when they made a run, we call a timeout. We come out of the timeout, take a contested 3 from the top of the key. They get a good look. Then we take another contested 3 in the possession down. Then they get an and 1 finish. So, timeout now. Coach, are we going to get a good shot? Put your bets in. Will St. John's get a good shot attempt out of this timeout? I bet you're getting pretty good odds on no. (46-42), St. John's ball after this timeout. Mike Anderson, again, third straight game, can't get to the under 16 media timeout in the second half without using the timeout. Third straight game. What are we doing in the locker room? I don't know, but it's not a good sign. Not a good sign. (46-42). Frankenstein's on the screen right now. How's the announcing crew tonight? How's Parisi doing? Are they shitting on St. John's? Are they talking highly of St. John's? Has the never had a losing streak record been referenced less than 5 times? Somebody fill me in. Somebody fill me in. Did they predict this early start to the half by Providence? Because we saw it coming. That was an awful pass by Wusu that led to that first shot by Providence. Looked like the worst part about it, besides it being essentially a pick six, was it looked like the play was set up to get Soriano on that cross screen to post up, and it looked like he might have had him open. Wusu sprints over to make sure he's taking the ball out of bounds. Curbelo checked in for Jones. Curbelo gets it. Saw some man-to-man full court pressure out of that timeout by Providence. All right, here we go. What kind of look are we getting? Curbelo, cross screen for Soriano, gets him a post. Good. That's what you want. Isolated against Croswell. Can he go left? Nope. He's got to turn over his left shoulder. Right-handed baby hook makes it. Good set. That's what you want to see. They knew what they wanted out of the timeout. They got it to their best player in the post. He went to his patented move over his left shoulder, right-handed finish. That's a travel. Thank you. Good defense by Wusu. Hopkins is a good player, but he gets going a little bit out of control sometimes, and St. John's took advantage there. Looked like for a second I thought they called an and one, but they called the travel, thankfully. Curbelo finds Soriano top of the key. Wusugo sets a screen, double screen for Store. I like it. We went and set a double screen away for Store to get it. A nice 17-foot pull-up attempt, comes up short, but we want shot attempts for him, and that's a good look. Posh up top guarding the ball. Wusu now guarding Hopkins. Store defensively. Store helps. Defense gets split. We're second late there. Curbelo's got to do a better job keeping his man in front of him. Simple as that. That was too easy. Breed took one step away, and he was in the paint. I mean, that's the second time tonight where Curbelo did that. Left up the... It's one thing to force a guy left. It's another thing to just completely leave the lane wide open. These are college basketball players. They can drive left and right. Not sure what the thought process is there. Ryan, I just sent you that link, so if you want to get set and get in there, follow that link. Next TV timeout, we'll get you in for a couple minutes. Breen at the line makes the first. Breed. Is it Breen or Breed? I don't know. Makes the second. 48-44 Providence. 17 minutes left. Posh gets out on the run. Spins in the paint. Finds Curbelo. Gets set up. Wusu top of the key. Pinzone now on the left. Isolated. Finds Soriano on top of the key. Uses the ball screen now. Curbelo uses the Soriano ball screen. Gets in the paint. Takes a wild shot. Forced shot. Didn't know what to do with it. Misses, of course. Wusu makes a nice steal to save the play. Finds Curbelo on the brink. Oh, my God. Gives up a three. Finds Wusu. Wusu drives now. Finishes through contact. Of course, no foul called. Of course, Wusu doesn't get a free throw. Nice finish there through contact. 48-46 Providence. St. John's was lucky to get the ball back on that possession off their terrible shot attempt by Curbelo, a save by Wusu. Then Curbelo gave up a layup attempt, found Wusu. Wusu ends up taking a tough layup attempt as is. He made it. Hopkins just scored a basket in the post. He's a big size advantage against Wusu for how stout as Wusu is. He gives up maybe 3 or 4 inches, maybe even more than that. Wusu gets on the wing, Gets in the paint, right-handed, tries to finish like a sky running hook, doesn't even get rim. That's a travel. That's a travel. Providence gets it on the run, gets fouled at the paint. We'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Right now it's 50-46 Providence. Under 16 timeout, 15:53. Let me change the score. And then we got a guest that wants to hop on, Mr. Ryan. 50-44 Providence. Ryan, I'm about to add you on. Are you ready, my man?
Yeah.
What's up? How we doing, Ryan?
Hey, doing good. How's the Johnnies?
50-44. We were doing better earlier. I don't know what happened, but if you've been watching the season like I know you have, Ryan, this isn't a surprise to any of us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on what you think they got to turn it around?
Joel and Poch. I can you name one of them.
Yeah, we got to get those guys going, right? Posh came out of the first half, guns blazing, but hasn't got going in a while. Missed his 3 attempts so far. The 1 3 attempt he took this half wasn't a bad look. But he makes us a different team when he's a capable scorer, and if he's only scoring 5 or 6 points, that's another guy out there who can unfortunately they can afford not to guard. So we're gonna have to get him going in the second half.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player in St. John's, Ryan?
Probably Joel, because Joel is my favorite player.
Makes sense. He's definitely been their best player this year. He's been a joy to watch.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Big Joel's got 1 year left of eligibility if we are so lucky. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we got to worry about this year first.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
Got the St. John shirt.
Wow, that's a nice piece right there.
Yeah.
All I got's a hat. I actually, Ryan, I do have my favorite blue St. John's shirt right here.
Nice.
You can't find those in stores. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Can't say it's bringing me too much luck, unfortunately.
Yeah, very nice hat.
Ryan, thanks for jumping on, and thank you for tuning in. You comment on everything. You're always there on Twitter and on YouTube. You're obviously so far been a big fan. I hope you keep listening, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. See you later.
All right, keep watching. Go Johnnies.
All right, go Johnnies.
Thank you, Ryan. Cole says, how no foul for Wusu on that take to the rim. You're talking about the one he made. I have no idea. No idea. They're showing a replay right now. Let's see if we can see it. That looked like should have been a shot attempt. Here goes Wusu. Did have his hands up straight. We have seen that call go against us. But, on second look, I could see why they didn't call the foul. Wusu just never gets the respect of the rim. He's a bowling ball out there. $50-46. Do I got the score right? Oh, no. Yeah, 50-44. 50-46. Providence at the line. Misses the first. Second one up. Makes it. 51-46. Providence. 15:48 left in the first half. Cabello missed a shot. I looked down for a second. Now Providence has numbers. Hopkins goes to the rim, gets fouled. I didn't see what happened on the shot attempt by St. John's. It looked like by where Cabello ended up, he missed the shot. I'm not positive. I think Providence had numbers, took advantage, and we had to foul him at the rim to save a basket. Posh fouls Hopkins, so he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So, like I said at halftime to Connor, transition defense needed to get shored up, and it hasn't so far. 51-46, Providence at the line for 2. Hopkins missed the first. We've got lucky in some regard. Providence has not been a great free throw shooting team this point in the game. They sure have shot in their fair share, though. Hopkins' second look Misses. I'm sorry, makes. 52-46, Providence, 15 minutes, 30 seconds left. 6-point game. St. John's needs a basket. Posh drives right. There's a foul called. I'm not sure if they called an offensive foul on Posh, or it looks like they called the defensive foul on Providence. Posh fell to the ground. They pulled the chair on him a little bit. When it originally happened, I thought they were going to call a chicken wing or a push off by Posh. I don't know. Maybe we got lucky on that one. Anyway, St. John's will inbound down 6, 15-25 left. Pinzone's got it. Looks to drive left into the paint. Gets in there, pivots, forces one up, gets fouled. Pinzone will go to the line for 2. If you're going to say something about Pinzone, say he's aggressive. He is aggressive. That is for sure. Pinzone will go to the line. 2 points on the day, 1 for 3. His quick rush three-point attempt in the first half really led to this stretch that Providence has been on, being up 7 to now down 6, make it down 5. He makes the first free throw. 52-47. Pinzone at the line for the second free throw. Can he make it a 4-point game? He does. 52-48 Providence. 15-20 left. St. John's shows some pressure. This looks like a zone 1-2-2, kind of what Providence was in. We haven't seen that from St. John's this year, where they fall back into what? Man or 2-3? Looks like they're falling into a 2-3. All right, 2-3 zone. Nope, not a 2-3. If it was, they didn't know they were in a 2-3. Forces a turnover by Providence. Usu gets it. Curbelo on the wing. Back to Usu. Usu drives left. Gets in the paint. Finds Posh on the kick out. Posh finds Soriano. Soriano top of the key. Looking to get it to Pinzone. Dribble handoff. Pinzone. Pick and roll to Soriano. Soriano finishes it. A nice play. 2-man game right there. Oh, Ed Cooley's getting hot on the sideline there. St. John's applied some pressure. Maybe got away with a reach and foul. Providence basketball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 52-50 Providence. Reed up top. Refuses the Croswell screen. Takes a 16-foot jumper. Makes it. Top of the key. Open pull-up. 54-50 Providence. St. John's passed the ball to the sideline. Looked like the ball got tipped out of bounds. St. John's will inbound it right in front of their own bench. Posh up top, gives it to Soriano. Posh runs off his screen, sets one for Wusu. Same thing again. Pinzone curls around the ball screen, takes a pull-up jumper short. Providence gets it. They have numbers, look to push. Here comes Croswell again, right to the rim in transition. The defensive transition for St. John's, the transition defense has been atrocious, abysmal. Croswell gets another layup, 56-50. Curbelo takes a pull-up jumper. Soriano offensive rebound, goes up with his right hand, finishes it. Bailed out by a nice offensive rebound and a finish by Soriano. Not a great look by Curbelo. Providence basketball, 56-52. Come on. You got to get stopped, St. John's. You can't just go basket for basket with a team like Providence or Marquette or Xavier or Villanova. Okay, you got to get stops. You're not going to outscore these teams on your offense alone. Pinzone now guarding on the perimeter. Lock, jab, shot in his face, buries it. 59-52 Providence. You know, that wasn't terrible D weapon zone, but he's certainly not locking anybody up. Curbelo uses the ball screen, drives left, off the glass, finishes it. Good. See, that's when you just got to go finish it. No nonsense. Left hand, quick finish. Nice move there by Curbelo. 59-54, 12:50 left in the second half. St. John's needs stops. A wide open three from Providence, buries it. I looked down for a second, didn't see what transpired to get him the open three, but when he took it, goddamn, there was no one near him. Wide open three from Providence. Close to him was Posh, and he wasn't close to him at all. 62-54. St. John's down 8. Curbelo's got it. Foul in the post before Soriano could get it. Croswell kind of chucked him out of there. They call a foul on Croswell. 62-54, 12 minutes and 21 seconds left. St. John's basketball. This is just all too familiar. St. John's will inbound underneath. Ryan says, play-by-play guy. Wow. Ryan, I can't hear, so please fill me in. What happened? Did I miss something cool? Are you talking about me? Did I fuck up? Inbound to Curbelo. Dribbles back to the key. Leaves his feet for a pass. Finds Pinzone, who finds Wusu in the corner for a three. Misses it. Rebound Providence. Not a terrible look. Not a great look. Providence turns it over off a forced pass. Pinzone out in front. Left-handed layup. Makes it. Nice pass ahead by Posh. Nice finish by Pinzone. 62-56 St. John's. Now, that's a steal and a bucket, but it's not a stop, okay? You need a half-court stop. You need to force a tough shot, finish the rebound, and play good defense. You can't just rely on turning teams over and getting points because we don't do it nearly enough. Watson, one dribble pull-up, open shot from 15, misses it. Rebound by Wusu. St. John's looks to push. Posh finds Curbelo. Curbelo top of the key. He jabs, calling for a screen. NY sets him one. Now he looks to drive baseline. Right hand reverse hook. Doesn't even come close. Providence saves it. Scramble for a loose ball off Posh. It will be St. John's basketball. No, I'm sorry. It will be Providence basketball. I think they're going to pull Curbelo after those couple poor plays. Pat, without thinking of who the wins would come against, what record do you think we'd have to get to be a bubble team? To be a bubble team, I think you got to at least be 500 in conference. So we'd have to go 10-10, and then probably win your first Big East game to be considered a bubble team. To be on the right side of the bubble team, I think you're going to have to need 11, and that, like you said, that would also, the question would be who those wins are against, who those losses are against. The only positive thing St. John's has going on their resume right now is they haven't lost to a bad team. And you can't hold on to that for much longer because you don't select teams for strictly not losing to bad teams. You got to beat some damn teams along the way. Pat, do you go to school at St. John's? No, I do not, Ryan. I do not. I was just lucky enough to fall in love with this team when I was 8 years old, and the night I fell in love with them, they lost in the Elite Eight, and they haven't been really good since. So you got me to thank for this 25-year drought of St. John's basketball. Sorry, team. You don't pick our teams, they pick you, right? St. John's down about halfway through the second half right now. Update the score for you, 62-54, 12 minutes left. St. John's down 8. They were up 1 at half. They were up 7 minutes left with about 4 minutes to go. So a 15-point turnaround in the last 13 minutes. All too familiar. All too familiar. Cole says, lucky enough. Yes, very lucky. Very lucky. I'd be curious how many of the guys who listen, the guys who are big time St. John's fans, similarly didn't go to St. John's. With a drought like this, it's hard to pick up fans of non-school goers when you have this limited success. I mean, really, we've been so few and far between. Our national spotlight, the years we've garnered attention has been rare. So I'm sure there's a huge gap in the fan base. I'm sure it's a waning fan base, and St. John's hasn't given them anything to cheer on to. And there's only so many of us, like the guys in the chat and myself, who live and die with this program. And all we want to do is watch a successful St. John's team at some point. Gonna try to get to a game. I mean, my plan was to go to a game with a bunch of friends to the Providence game in the Garden at the end of February. But if it's not a game that matters, I'm not going to spend the couple $100 it would take to do it, honestly. Plus, how am I going to broadcast live if I'm at the game? You know, I got fans to worry about. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, play about to begin again here. 11:21 left in the first half. I'm sorry, ESPN's box score is wrong. It's 62-56 Providence. 11:21 Providence inbounding the ball. Hopkins up top, looks to attack. He'll hand it off. Now this is Pierre going against Kobe King. Carbello's in too. We haven't seen Store in a few minutes. Wusu, help underneath, digs in, almost gets a steal, gets a second one. Good defense by Wusu. Wusu is the best defender on the team. Oh, by the way, where's Mathis tonight? I'm not listening. Have they mentioned why Mathis hasn't played? I haven't even – that's a big-time mistake by your host right here. I hadn't mentioned no Mathis today. Haven't seen him yet. I thought we were just getting Store to start, but it looks like Mathis might be injured or sick. You never know with St. John's. Pinzone at the line, shooting two. 62-56, 10:51 left. Pinzone makes the first, 62-57. Makes the second, 62-58. Providence basketball. 10:51 left. Stanley checks in for Wusu. The five on the court for St. John's right now are Kobe King, Omar Stanley, Andre Carbello, Rafael Pinzone, and Isaiah NY. 5 subs. Oh, I'm sorry, Stanley started. Did Stanley start? Yeah, Stanley started. Stanley did not start. So we got 5 subs. Oh, they give us the charge call. Okay, I'm going to be really interested to see this replay. Kobe King just, the same thing Wusu did, defending in the post, takes it in the chest, falls over. I mean, that's the call. They call as a charge constantly, but you can't convince me for the life of me that that's any different than what Wusu did. And Wusu gets called for a technical foul on the flop. I don't get it. Someone's got to explain it to me. St. John's ball, 62-58. 10 minutes left. Again, we go big to big. Pass a little bit too far. Stanley recovers, gets in the post against Carter. Attacks over his left shoulder, gets fouled on the baby hook. He'll go to line for 2. Smart foul by Providence. Smart foul by Providence. I would never let Stanley get an easy look inside. Not that he made that shot, but put him at the free throw line, make him there because he has shown no ability to be able to do that. Ooh. Are they going to call that as a violation on St. John's? I believe they are. Even if he makes it. Did they count that or not? Because it looked like Kobe King was about to enter the key before that, and I don't have the volume on. Stanley made the first free throw. Did they not count it? Did they call a violation on King? Because that's literally the most St. John's thing you could do. It looks like they're not going to count it. The score hasn't changed. So Stanley must have King entered the top of the key while Stanley had the basketball. And Stanley makes it, and they don't count it. So if you just play the free throw line tonight, oh, no, they counted it. All right, that's the problem with not having the volume on. Stanley misses the second, goes 1 for 2, 62-59. Providence has the lead. Cole says, literally didn't even think of Tez. Laugh aloud. Someone on Twitter said he's on crutches. Uh-oh. Providence gets a decent look from 3 in the corner. Good closeout by Pinzone. Rebound by Soriano. Pinzone looks to push. 14-foot pull-up jumper. Gets a nice roll up the front of the rim. Like I said, if you're going to say anything about Pinzone, say he's aggressive. He's aggressive. And he is aggressive, has paid some dividends today in the offensive end. We need some stops. Down 1, 62-61. 9:30 left in the game. Kobe King in the game. Pinzone guards Carter, isolation mid-post. Carter tries to draw a foul, and he gets it. That's BS. It's not the freaking NBA, man. Carter just took his shot through Pinzone's hands. I mean, you see it all the time. He did a good job selling it. I think it's BS. It's not a legitimate shot attempt. Come on, let's see the replay. Anywho, Carter will go to the line for 2. St. John's bench points tonight, 26-6 in favor of St. John's. Stanley's played well off the bench. Pinzone's played well off the bench. King's had some good moments. 62-61, Ryan says. It's a close one right now. Could it get any closer, Ryan? Oh, 63-61. 63-61, St. John's down 2. Just under 10 minutes left on the road. These are games they have not shown the ability to win. Tight games late. Tight games late. They've done a decent job so far the second half, not letting Providence get away from them when it looked like it could have got ugly early in the second half. They bounced back. They got the lead back to 1 on a couple different occasions, have not been able to reclaim the lead. They're down 3 right now. Soriano's got the ball. Hands off to Pinzone. Doesn't hand it off. Pinzone now does get the handoff going right. Getting hounded by Carter. That's great defense by Providence. Now King's got a chance. 10 on the shot clock. He's going to have to attack. Drives right. Loses on the way. Has to force up a shot. Doesn't even hit rim. 2 on the shot clock. Got to put it up. Got to put it up. St. John's 1 second left. King doesn't get the shot clock off in time and makes a 3. We're watching St. John's, folks. We're watching St. John's. So there was a scramble there. Posh got the rebound with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Didn't hit the rim. Pass it out to King. You know, I'm not listening, but it looked like at least before the red light on the basket went off, King got it off. They don't count the shot. I'm assuming, you know, if I was watching with the volume, it'd be an obvious no basket. Croswell gets the pick and roll, misses the first, misses the second. St. John's recovers. Lucky break there. Down 3, looking to push. Stanley gets it. 1 dribble, finishes with a dunk. Nice, strong move. Nice, strong move. Composed himself, power dribble, didn't rush. Went off 2 feet, 2 hands. Nice finish by Stanley. He's had a good game tonight. 64-63, St. John's again down 1. 8:20 left in the second half. Get a stop. Get a stop. Pinzone guards Carter, the wing. 2 guys rush out on the screened Croswell. Good help defense by Stanley. They call a foul on him. We got lucky there. We're running 2 guys out on that closeout, leaving Croswell open. We got lucky with him missing the last time. This time we foul him before he get a shot up, but we can't send 2 guys out in that closeout. Got to get around it on the wing, show some help, but stay put if you're Soriano. Inbounds play to Hopkins, gets fouled on the mini jump shot. 2 shooting fouls on 2 2-point mid-range shots within the last 4 minutes for Providence. St. John's committed those fouls. Not a recipe for success. Did he get them? I don't know. Foul is on Kobe King. Hopkins goes to the line, up 1, 64-63, 8:15 left. Makes the first free throw. Hopkins at the line, up 2, shooting his second free throw, 8:15 left. Hopkins has had quite a bit of success so far in the second half after going scoreless in the first. Missed the second. Rebound Stanley. St. John's has the basketball down 2. A little over 8 minutes left here in the second half. Posh calls out a play. See if we can execute. Storrs back in the game. Ball screen by Stanley. Providence switches. Posh has it against Hopkins. Looks to isolate, spins, leaves his feet for a forced pass, turns it over on a drive. Turns it over on a sloppy, poor decision by Posh. St. John's now guarding on the perimeter. King gets blown by. 2-point layup. 2-point layup for Storr. Let me make sure you guys can still hear me here. My AirPods. My microphone. 67-63 Providence. Timeout on the court. Under 8 timeout. 4-point game. St. John's got beat defensively after taking a bad shot on the offensive end. Where have we seen that before? Is Providence going to win? Jay says. Jay, if you can put a bet in for Providence to win and get a decent return on it, I think you should go ahead and do that. I would say yes, Providence will win. Just because we've shown no sign of not being able to win, or no sign of being able to win these close games, I should say. I want to make you guys can hear me, right? I had to take my earpods out. My mistake not getting those charged up. Matter of fact, let me throw those on the charger right now. Bingo. Jay says, thanks. I haven't been watching the game. Jay, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? I get it. I get it. St. John's played a good first half. Real good first 10 minutes. Pretty poor last 10 minutes of the first half. They're up by 1. And Jay says, I have Providence in a parlay. Good. Good for you. Good for you. Jay, you haven't missed much. Cole says that's true, unfortunately. I don't work on a Saturday. Jay, I feel for you, my man. I feel for you. We're at the under 8 timeout. Providence has a 4-point lead. Oh, ESPN is saying that 65-63. I swear the TV screen said 67-63. It's going to be the first time where ESPN is wrong. So I'm not sure who to trust. Not sure who to trust. Again, refresh at ESPN says 65-63. So maybe it's only a 2-point game. 2-point game. St. John's will not be able to trade baskets like they're doing in the second half if they want to win this game. They will have to get stops, and not just an occasional steal for a bucket. They grind it out, force a tough shot, get a rebound stop. All right? That's the only way you're going to be able to come back in this game. I'm going to trust ESPN right now out of my better judgment and say they – no, see, TV just came back on, and they're saying 67. Someone's got to be wrong. 67-63. We'll go with that. 7:39 left. Ed Cooley bringing it in the huddle. I bet you he's doing more than saying, on this end, we got to make him feel us. On this end, it's got to be a street fight. I'm sure he's got some solid instruction. Oh, man. I just tried to read Coach Anderson's lips. So I'm pretty sure the first thing he said when they went to him was on this end down there. Whew. Jay says it's closer than I expected. Yeah, it's been a pretty good game, honestly. I mean, Providence hasn't been able to get away. St. John's has done some decent things offensively. They've kind of mucked it up in a sense. Although, this game looks like it might reach the 80s, which you wouldn't expect from a St. John's Providence game, I don't think. The over-under was something like 139. So, scored more than expected. We're going to have to get some stops. Pat, what do you get in your prop bet? -7.5. I took a money line, Cole. I don't mess with the spreads when I'm betting against St. John's because the worst thing that could happen is Providence wins by 5 points. I lose the bet and the game. So I just I keep rolling money line bets. I'll eat the juice on that regard, but it's it's heartbreak insurance, baby. It's the only way to do it when I'm betting against St. John's. Do you bet on all college games? Not on all college games, not at all. But college basketball is the one sport that I do bet the most on. 100%. Had a really good year last year. Haven't had the most success this year, but conference play is usually the time where you get your best feel, in my opinion. Store drives left, off 2 feet, goes the rim. He's going to go to the line, baby. Store is going to go to the line to shoot some free throws. Nice aggressive attack. Thankfully, he got the whistle there. There was a second right before that where Corbello was on the floor holding his head. Hopefully he's okay. We know he had those concussion issues last year. See what happened on the replay. Did he get banged with an elbow? I don't know. Then he was in the crowd underneath. Store used the Soriano screen from the top of the key. Drove, hits the first free throw. 67-64, 7:18 left. Jay says, do you have Discord? I don't, but I keep hearing about Discord. Cole says I'm a tech-savvy guy. I'm not that tech-savvy. Is Discord recommended? Is it something I got to incorporate? Because I'm all about the fans here, Jay. You let me know. Store makes his second free throw. 67-65. St. John's up, or Providence up. I'm sorry, not St. John's. 7 minutes left. Providence basketball. Carter's got it. Store's defending. Store keeps him in front. Good defense. Good defense. Chests him up. Man. Store eventually gets called for a foul. Pretty good defense. Was banging bodies. Yeah, maybe I'll have to incorporate Discord. I'm not really sure what what it brings. I know it's a chat type situation where everyone can kind of, it's almost like a group chat, right? But I do hear about it. I know a lot of other sports podcasts that do something similar to this do incorporate a Discord, so maybe I'll do it. I have a betting server. We could use some NCAA basketball knowledge. I'm going to need that translated to layman's terms. What do you mean a betting server? Wusu checks in. Providence hits the first free throw, 68-65. Carter over the second free throw, up and in. 69-65. Providence lead back up to 4 points. Just under 7 minutes left. They pulled Store. Pulled Store after a nice drive and 2 layup attempts. Does he have... Posh takes an off the dribble 3 and bricks it. You're down 4. You need a good goddamn look at the basket, and that was not it. Providence looks to attack. Croswell posting hard on the baseline. Reed up top. Hopkins sets him a ball screen. Corbello hounding him 40 feet from the basket. Stanley guarding Carter. Carter finds Croswell. Croswell hands it off to Carter. Oh, it's lock up top. St. John's gets called for the reach-in. Providence will go for the line, shooting 1-1. We're not going to get the stops we need. A channel with degen gamblers that post their picks. Hey, I feel like most gamblers are degen gamblers, and I don't use that as a bad thing. Okay, but yeah, send me some more info there. Providence misses the front of a 1-on-1 rebound by Wusu. St. John's catches a break there, 69-65, down 4. 6 minutes left. Wusu passes to Corbello, top of the key. Stanley drives, finishes through contact, and 1. Nice take by Stanley. Looked like he had some words for Hopkins. Okay, Stanley. Stanley came to play today. Definitely came to play today. Let's check out what he's got so far in the game. ESPN is just shitting the bed right now. Stanley's got 11 points. He's 5 for 5 from the field. Pinzone, 10 points. Corbello, 6 points. Bench tonight, I mean, has played, that's 30 points from the bench with Stanley the chance to make it 31. He has made 1 or 2 free throws in his last trip to the line. Let's see if he can make this one. Misses it. 13 points for Stanley. So ESPN must have been a second behind there. Misses it. 69-67. Providence forces up a bad shot, gets an offensive rebound. Croswell finishes. Croswell was the one guy in the paint, 3 St. John's guys, and he comes up with the rebound and finishes it. 71-67. Providence up 4. Corbello drives baseline, cuts himself off, finds Soriano now. Wusu top of the key, thinks about it, passes to Stanley, who's got an isolation in the post. Go to work. Don't cut right to him. Don't cut right to him. You bring your defender right to him, Corbello. Posh gets the rim, 1 dribble from the free throw line, finishes through contact, right-hand layup. 2-point game. 71-69. St. John's is right there in this basketball game. Providence has it up top. Carter, top of the key. Stanley guarding him. Reed gets open, drives right by Posh, dips it off. Bad pass by Providence. St. John's got 2-1 break. St. John's, Corbello finds Soriano on the trailer, drops it off. Soriano, 2-hand slam, tied basketball game. 71-71. Providence and St. John's tied with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. St. John's doing the small things here to inch their way back in the basketball game. Got to get another stop. Wusu guards Hopkins. Isolated mini post. They call a block on Wusu. Of course. Not saying it wasn't. I didn't really get a great look on it. Looked like one of those bang-bang 50-50 plays. You see him call offensive fouls all the time. Let's see what happens here. Block on Wusu. block on Wusu guy does not get the benefit of any of those calls. 71-71, tie game. Thank you, Ryan. 71-71 for now. Hopkins will go to the line. A chance to take a 2-point lead. You'll shoot 1-1 from the line. They're going to need a bunch of towels for that mess. Wusu and Hopkins both went down. It's a puddle underneath the basket. Headband Wusu does not have the same offensive success we saw against Marquette. Hopkins makes the first. 72-71 Providence. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. Hopkins will take his second. Are they about to? I don't know. A lot of chirping going on between St. John's and Providence right now. The refs are talking to him. Hopkins at the line for his second free throw. Just give the guy the ball. Let him shoot his free throw. All right. It's basketball. Refs are nonsense. I don't know what happened. Hopkins misses the second one. 72-71, St. John's basketball. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. Curbello's got it. He's got horn screens up top. Goes left. Misses but gets fouled. One-handed layup attempt. Misses the shot long, but will go to the line for two with a chance to tie and potentially take the lead. Yeah, he got hacked. Jones hasn't played much in the second half. He did take that forced three. 72-71. Curbello at the line. Hasn't shot a free throw yet tonight. Curbello misses the first one short. Wasn't even close. 72-71. Curbello back at the line for his second free throw. Jay, Cole wants to know, you got any NFL picks for these games today? Please share them here. Give us some locks. Timeout on the floor. St. John's down one. Curbello at the line when we come back. 72-71. Free throws killing us. Yep, in all different sense of the word. Us missing them. They're taking too many of them, giving them free throw attempts on technicals and flagrants and flops. I mean, you lose a game in those areas, and St. John's is giving us a perfect example of how you do just that. 72-71. Guys, thanks for listening again. I do appreciate it. We're going to work this up inch by inch, game by game. Eventually, we might even have 10 listeners at once. Can you imagine how popping will be in here when we get 10 guys? Shit will be crazy. But you got to start somewhere. I love those progressive commercials. That guy does a hell of a job. And thank him for doing the Lord's work and teaching those, awkward middle-aged adults and how to act in public. Pat, how'd your love story with SJU start? Well, Cole, it's a sad, sad love story. I hated Duke before I loved St. John's. Before I loved anybody, I just didn't like Duke. And they were undefeated one year. And I remember seeing they're undefeated, and they got away with a tough win. And then my father said, well, they play St. John's next week. St. John's is a good team. Maybe they'll beat them. And St. John's lost in overtime. I think it was the game Bootsy Thornton had 40 points. And just from that moment, rooting for Duke to lose, I started rooting for St. John's. And I was young at the time, so I wasn't really following them, watching games, but that was the team in my head that I liked. And then the first time I saw them in a game, watching them, was the Elite Eight loss to Ohio State. Freaking Scooney Penn, Michael Red, those bastards. And I was hooked, cheering my ass off. We had a family party. I was like 9 years old. I snuck upstairs to watch the Elite Eight game, lose that game. And I've been hooked ever since. And they've just progressively gone downhill ever since. So, like I said, I'm sorry. Got rocking a Mullen jersey. Props, young man, props. We got a tight one here. 72-71. Carbello at the line. 4:19 left. St. John's has to hit your free throws. Soriano's made an impact this second half. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 for 8 from the field overall. Another solid game, but Croswell has just been just as good for Providence, and that's been the case so far. As good as Soriano's been, opposing bigs have been giving us, trouble. Croswell, no exception, unfortunately. Croswell tonight has 11 points, 7 rebounds. Not quite Soriano's 14 and 8, but he's not quite Soriano. So it's not like we're keeping Croswell to a bad game. He's having a good one, shooting well too. Carbello at the line, second one up, and in tie ball game, 72-72. Ryan, could he get any closer? I don't think so. 72-72, Providence ball, 4:16 left. Carter's got the ball. Stanley's guarding him. It's a tough matchup. Carter drives right by him. Then Wusu blows the layup. St. John's catches a break. St. John's looks to push. Carbello passes off to Wusu. Wusu now gives it back to Carbello. Yeah, let's get a good look. What do we want here? Nope. Forcing it into Wusu in the post. Wusu getting guarded by Pierre. Gets a chance to kind of get isolated. No foul. Wusu turns it over there. 2 guys on his back. Didn't get a shot attempt up. Didn't like the look from the start. Don't know exactly what we're trying to get there. I did think from the fouls you've called throughout this game, you could definitely call one there, and they didn't. Carter now isolated, gets an open look from 3, buries it. St. John's gets a bad look. Providence gets a wide open look. They make it. Carbello drives, top of the key, uses his right hand to get it up underneath the defender, makes it. That's a tough finish by Carbello. Big time make, needed it right there. Needed it. 75-74. Providence with the basketball, up 1, 3 minutes left. How many times have I said it? St. John's needs stops. Posh guarding Pierre. Now Carbello guarding Locke. Stanley guarding Hopkins. Wusu guarding Carter. Hopkins wide open 3. St. John's gets lucky. Wide open 3. St. John's gets lucky. Posh uses Soriano's screen, drives right, circles back around, brings it back to the top of the key. He's got Croswell isolated on him. Croswell giving him 6 feet, sinks into the paint. Now Posh attacks him off the dribble, gets 1 step by him, blocked from behind. St. John's basketball. St. John's basketball underneath, 75-74, down 1 against Providence on their home court. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left. Posh just gets in trouble inside. He can't finish over big guys. It's tough for him to make passes around other taller defenders. Soriano, 15-foot jumper. Are they going to? Oh, my God, guys. We all saw that, right? Soriano made a jumper, hung up on the rim, and Stanley grabbed the net before it went through. So they're going to call an offensive goaltend, not count the basket. I can't believe we got that bounce to fall in. I am not surprised they called the goaltend. It looked to me like the right call. St. John's just could write a book about not smart plays to make, in close clutch situations. And Stanley right there looked like he made a big-time boneheaded play. I don't know what Coach Anderson is trying to say, that the ball was already through the basket, but you can't grab the net when the ball is still in play. Goes up. Let's see on the replay. I mean, the ball was going to go in regardless, but damn. Yikes, that post-up attempt by Wusu followed by a 3 was a rough swing. Yes, it was. He got doubled in there, then the double went away, and he looked to make a play. didn't get a shot off, whatever it was, ended up being a turnover. Then I think it was him who got beat on the switch and ended up giving a good look from three, and they buried it, of course. And they did, in fact, not count that basket. So 75-74 Providence. St. John's, again, making up ways to lose. Providence has the ball, up one. Posh guarding Breed up top. He gets a screen by Croswell, tags left, takes a 15-foot pull-up jumper, buries it. Gets Soriano on the ball screen, attacks the ball screen, and gets a good look, makes it. 77-74 Providence. St. John's has the basketball. Gabello uses Soriano's screen, drives left, gets into the paint, misses the right-hander, but Soriano's there to finish it on a tap-in. 77-76. St. John's down one again. They need a stop. Can they get a stop? Posh, you're going to get a foul. Okay, guarding 90 feet from the basket. He's all over them, just waiting for them to get sent to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. Providence gets it across half court. Carter's got it against Stanley. Goes right by him, right to the rim. Misses. 2 guys come for the block attempt. Leaves the paint wide open. Croswell finishes on an offensive putback. 79-76. St. John's can't get the stop when they need it. Down 3 with the basketball. Cabello up top. Let's see what we run here. Drives at Wusu. They're just standing there. Nothing. Come on. What is this? You still got 2 timeouts, Mike. You still got 2 timeouts. This is a very important possession. We got to get a good shot. Weave up top. Cabello gets it. Ball screen by Soriano. Drives right. Spins back left. Fade away. Left his feet. Turns it over. Why do you not call a timeout there? Providence looks to push. Alley-oop at the rim. Stanley fouls him. Hopkins will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. You're down by 3. You have the basketball. You got 2 timeouts left. The most important possession of the game. 20 seconds goes by. Looks like we've got no idea what we're running. Call a damn timeout. Get something set up. Make sure your team gets a good shot. Cabello goes into no man's land, spins back, leaves his feet. Good contest, decides to pass last minute. Where have we seen it before? Turns it over. Then Providence on the other end gets, numbers going one way. They throw a pass up to the rim. 2 guys go for it. Stanley's got no choice but to make a play for the ball. Ends up fouling Hopkins. He'll go to the line for 2. Up 3. Providence up 3 goes to the line for 2. Chance to make this a 5-point game. Cole, what are we running here? I do not know, Cole. I do not know. Hopkins makes the first, 80-76. Connor says, need to stop. Let's go. Yeah, we didn't get it. Con. Hopkins up 4 at the line for his second free throw. He misses. Rims out. Rebound, Pinzone, down 4, 80-76. 80-76. Did they call a foul on Wusu? No. Okay. Wusu maybe gets bailed out. I don't know. They lost the ball on the side. They call a foul on Providence. Or they're going to review the out-of-bounds call. No foul called. I don't know. Cooley is hot. Cooley's hot. They hand off to Wusu. What did they call? What was the call? Out of bounds or a block? Wusu has been on the bad end of a flop, a block already. 2 different occasions. This will be the 3rd one. Oh, they called the foul on Breed. All right, so that's the problem with not having the volume on. They called the foul. So Wusu will go to the line, shooting 2, double bonus, down 4. Score is 80-76. We're going to lose by 7, Ryan says. Hey, maybe not a bad guess. 4-point lead. Absolutely a block there, Connor says. Wusu, can you make him pay? You're finally on the right side of a call. The line for 2. Has not been a great free throw shooter in his time at St. John's. Hits the first front-end roll. 80-77. Wusu at the line for his second free throw. Chance to make it a 2-point game. Need this one here, Wusu. Need it. Long game today. 2:08 already. Misses the second one. Came up short. 80-77. 10-second discrepancy between the foul or the shot clock and the game clock. Are you going to try to play it out and get a stop, and then you're going to need a 3? There's not much time discrepancy there. If there was a little bit more of a difference, if it was 40 seconds left and there was a 20 or so second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, maybe I'd agree. Too much stuff can happen here. Providence could hold the ball to 21 seconds, take a shot,
Could take 3 or 4 seconds before it even hits the rim, and then it gets gathered. By the time we get the ball back, it might only be 10 seconds left in the game if we're able to get a stop, and then you're down 3. I'm not sure. Providence hasn't shot great from the free throw line. If you're going to foul, it's got to be right away. You can't. The one thing you can't do right now if you're St. John's is let 10 seconds come off the clock, then foul. Either you foul right away or you play good defense and get a stop and give yourself a chance to hit a 3. It's a tough spot. Your coach is going to have to make a decision here. $80-77, Providence ball. St. John's either will have to foul right away or get a stop and hope they can hit a 3 to tie the game. 80-77. What would you guys do right here? Let's hear from the chat. Would you foul right away? Would you play it out to try to get a stop? It's not an easy decision. It's right in that middle ground where the discrepancy between shot clock and game clock, there's not much wiggle room. 12 seconds, but like I said, airtime with the ball, you got to get the rebound, you got to secure it. Who knows what it will exactly be when you get the ball back, if you're lucky enough to get the stop. What was Coach Anderson saying there? Anything good? Any gems there? Are we going to, know what we're running? Each team 1 timeout left. Providence with the ball, 80-77. See, this is why I don't bet the spread. Guys were asking earlier, this money line, this would be a double heartbreak. If St. John's loses by 1, oh my God, that'd be a double heartbreak. I'm rooting for a St. John's win. I hope goddamn all of us are. We could use it. The kids could use it. The team could use it. Providence inbounds, get the ball in. Looks like St. John's is not going to foul. They're going to play good. Posh. Now, if you're not fouling now, you got to play good defense. Don't foul now. What are you even doing out there reaching like that? What is the idea? Like, are you trying to get a stop or are you trying to foul? And if you're trying to get a stop, why are you reaching like that? Wusu digs in for the steal. Gets a timeout call. Wusu dug in on a double. The difference being there, Posh, you're guarding a guy 45 feet from the basket. If you're going to try to get a stop, play good defense, force a touch shot. Don't bail him out with a foul out there. Wusu dug in as a help defender and a post touch. Made a good defensive play, got the ball back. St. John's will have a chance here. Down 3, 16 seconds left. So St. John's not fouling right away. Ends up being a good decision. Wusu makes a good defensive play. I mean, you can't grab a guy's wrist, right? That's a flagrant foul too. You can't just grab a dude's wrist. I understand, like, I'm not as begging for dumb calls here, but when you call a flop on a non-flop and that's a free point for a team, and then there's been similar plays later that have been called blocks or charges, I thought you're going to, maybe just, follow the rules to a T. Is that what you're doing? Croswell grabbed his wrist, legitimately just grabbed him by the wrist. By the book, that's a flagrant foul, not a play in the basketball. Cole says, I think you got to extend the game. We are in a great 3-point shooting team. You're damn right about both those things. I wouldn't have hated the decision to come out and foul right away, but it worked out in our benefit to play it out there. Connor says foul too. So both of you guys would have been foul right away, group. I like trusting your defense, but Cole brings up a good point. We're not a great 3-point shooting team, so you're not leaving too much room there. We're going to have, with 16 seconds left, you definitely don't have to take a 3. I hope that the idea here isn't to take only a 3. I hope we try to get to the rim early. Cole says, so what do we do here? Quick 2 and then foul? That's got to be the plan. Get to the rim, either finish or get fouled. Force them to hit 2 free throws. Maybe they only make 1. Maybe they don't make any of them. You got a chance to extend this game out. We've seen it on the other end as a St. John's fan where teams can extend games and have a chance late to sneak back in and win a game. Right now, you hopefully have your best 5 offensive guys out there. Hopefully. Cabello, Posh, Wusu, Soriano. Who's the 5th guy? Hopefully the 5th guy is either Storr or Jones. Because you're out there to score, right? You need to score. 5th guy. All right, inbound to Posh. Go, please, go. We have no urgency here, it looks like. 10 seconds left. Cabello finishes a tough shot with 7.5 seconds left. So it took 7.5 seconds, half the time there. All right, you get a good look at the rim, but we didn't exactly rush to get that shot. Time is of the essence. Down 1, 80-79. Providence inbound on the ball. They got to go the full length of the court. 80-79. Nice finish by Curbelo. You know, you probably could have even said he got a little bit of contact there, the way they call fouls. Definitely could have said a little bit of contact there. 80-79. Providence inbounding the basketball. St. John's will have to foul. Hope Providence misses one or two of these and is able to go down the court and get a basket. If they do make both of them, St. John's will need a 3. Close game here. Close game here. Coming up next, Patrick Ewing's 26th straight loss in Big East play. Providence is 25-1 at home since 2021, 13-1 in the Big East. St. John's trying to be the most recent team to erase that pristine record. Providence will inbound the ball. St. John's is showing full court pressure, denying it. Stanley on the ball. Providence passes to another guy out of bounds. That old trick. Gets it into Breen. They foul him. 5.5 seconds left. Two seconds come off the clock. Or is that Carter? Carter will go to the line. Carter will go over the line, shooting 2, up 1. Chance to make this a 3-point game if he makes both of these. St. John's had a chance to, force a trap, but with such little time left, that would have, forced a couple more seconds to come off the court. I'm not really sure I understand having pin zone there on a defensive possession, but hey, he's played well offensively. I guess your thought is if we get a quick steal, you want to on the court. I don't know. I've stopped guessing. Carter, a 69% free throw shooter, 6 for 7 today, goes to the line, makes the first. 81-79, St. John's out of timeouts, Providence out of timeouts. They will have a chance here, make or miss, assuming they get the defensive rebound to tie this game or to take the lead. 5.5 seconds left. Let's see what Providence does if they do, in fact, make it to go up 3. Will they foul in the backcourt? Carter, second shot up, makes it. So St. John's will have to go make a 3 to tie this game. Wusu inbounding it. Gives it to Curbelo. Curbelo lets it bounce. The ball started. Yeah, the clock started before he touched it. They're going to reset it. This will give a timeout to both teams. It's kind of a break for St. John's. Mike Anderson complaining about it. I don't know why. You get a chance to draw something up now. Looked to me, honestly, like Curbelo might have even touched it before he decided to let it roll. But didn't look like we were set to push the ball 5 seconds left and get a good 3. Let's see what we draw up here. Shouldn't have a chance to draw something up. We get a nice little pseudo timeout out of this. It's a break by St. John's. 5.5 seconds left. Draw something up. Get your best 3-point shooter look. You better have your best 3-point options on the court. That's Jones, Storr, Pinzone. Okay, no reason to have 2 bigs on the court right now, or to have Curbelo and Posh on the court right now. You need a 3-point basket. You need a 3-point basket. Mike Anderson getting a chance to draw something up here. Yes, cool. Okay, Curbelo gets it. Posh and him both on the court. They foul him before he get a shot up. So 4.2 seconds left. They foul Curbelo. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. It's a lot of time, honestly. This is where fouling up 3 is dangerous, because you give the other team a chance to win. Curbelo could make 1, make yourself down 2, can miss the second, and then all of a sudden you're up 2. St. John's could get a 3 off that tip, and you could lose. Whereas if you force a 3, the worst case scenario is you go to overtime. Of course, there's points to be made on the opposite end of that if you let a team shoot a 3, you could oftentimes give that 3 up and lose in overtime. Whereas if you foul them, generally the best they can do is get lucky by missing a free throw and going to the line and getting offensive rebound for 2 points. But you do leave that door open to lose. It's a tough situation, but with 4 seconds left, I think it's the right call. You got to hit the rim, Curbelo. Curbelo just threw it off the backboard, violation on the shooter. 82-80, Providence inbound on the ball with 4 seconds left. 82-80. Providence will look to walk out of here with another win. Curbelo Didn't even give us a chance there. Throwing it right off the backboard. Ball has to hit the rim, or else it's a violation. St. John's down 2. Looks like they're going to lose their 5th straight game. Providence will now move to 6-0 in the Big East. That high odds Providence win the conference bet I put in a couple weeks ago is looking really good. I would have sacrificed it today for a St. John's win, that's for sure. That's for sure. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not easy to enjoy St. John's game these days, so anything you can do helps. Curbelo had some good moments late in the second half, had some drives, also made some really boneheaded plays, which is, customary for the roller coaster that is the Andre Curbelo show. But St. John's didn't get stops when they needed to, didn't make the smartest plays when they needed to. Providence inbounds it. We let 1.1 second go off the clock. Every millisecond counts in a situation like this, St. John's, and you just let them kill another couple seconds. Croswell will go to the line, up 2. Chance to ice this game. If he hits both, it's game over. If he hits one, it's going to be real tough for St. John's to get a quality look off without a timeout, but still, maybe you can hang on. Maybe you could get lucky. We'll see what Croswell does. Just under 70% free throw shooter. Chance to ice here at the line. 2.9 seconds left. Thank God now Coach Anderson subs in his 2-point shooters. Left him on the court before. I know we ended up getting fouled, but still, you didn't have Jones or Store or Jones in when you're down 3 a second ago when you needed a 3. Boneheaded. Croswell makes the first 3-point game. He makes the second one. It's game over. He misses it. St. John's left 2.9 seconds left to get a 3-point shot attempt up. Croswell second. 83-80. Croswell second up. Misses it. Store gets the rebound. Full length of the court. One-hand shot. Does not go in. 83-80. Providence wins. St. John's moves. Well, they lose their fifth straight game. What are they? 13-6 now. 11-6 now. 1-5 in the Big East. Huge hole to dig themselves out of. Another quality opponent with a chance to win squandered. Same old story. Adjustments weren't made. Shots weren't made. Smart shots weren't taken. Free throw issues killed us, and we lost to the better team. I don't think many people would have thought we had a chance to be in the game last minute going into it. We outplayed those small expectations we did have, but it's not about outplaying our own expectations to be in basketball games. This is Big East basketball. Coaches are getting paid millions of dollars. You got to win. You got to win. Game over, not a good one, not a good time. No, Ryan, not a good time. Cole, pain. Yes, a lot of pain for Pat Kane. 100%. A lot of pain. Yes, a lot of pain, Ryan. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Get your last comments in quick. I'm going to have to take a little bit of a breather before I go in and do the post game. But let me know what you think. Anything I should point out during then. We'll see. Pat, thanks so much for doing this, man. It was a great getting to hang and chat. Great job. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it, and I had a good time too. Hopefully you continue to tune in. We'll do a couple. I plan on doing these for the rest of the games this year. I don't know if I'll be able to do it for 100% of them, but I enjoyed it. We'll see what I can do. Hopefully we'll get those numbers up. St. John's, again, loses by 3 at Providence. Not a great look. Not a great look. You had a chance to win. You had the lead. You were in command early. I'm not sure if you can say command, but you were the better team early. And Providence did what other teams have done so far in Big East play. Made the adjustments, stuck to it, grinded out a win, and took control in the second half. Great job. I had a great time chatting with you, Pat. Me too, Ryan. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it, everybody. Everyone who joined in late, make sure you get in earlier next time. Keep listening to the podcast. Follow along on Twitter. Until next time, guys, this has been Malik Booth for Pat Kane. Peace. Go Johnnies.